to Metabolic Strength. Today we will focus on upper body and core. We're going to do a stack workout. So what we'll do is one exercise, then we'll do that exercise again and add on another one. Then we'll do 1, 2, and add a third one. Then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so on. So we will be using dumbbells for bicep curls, alternating bicep curls. We'll be doing a kneeling overhead press. We'll be doing some core, star crunch. We'll do tricep kickbacks. That's it for the upper body, but we will be doing lots of things down in that plank position that will be working our shoulders. So a little bit different than maybe what I usually do, but it's kind of nice to do some variety. Felt like I was doing the same thing all the time, so I thought I'd toss in a little upper body and core today. Last time, if you were with me last week, we did lower body. So, mixing it up, keeping it fun, keep it real. Go ahead and just do some ab stretches. Each exercise we do, we'll do for a minute. So, we'll get plenty of time under tension for those muscles. I'm gonna have a variety of dumbbells. And again, like I said, also just a mat for the floor work. Maybe a single plate if you have one for that overhead press, or even a medicine ball, okay? So, gather up your stuff and get ready for some upper body and core. And we're gonna start with alternating bicep curls, and they're regular curls, just here, not the hammer curl. So I'm going to put my towel aside, and I'm going to get my timer ready. And get it started while you gather your things. And I have to remember my password to get into my timer. There we go. Okay. Oh boy, logistics. Okay. Reset. So, 1 minute, alternating bicep curls. Go ahead and grab the dumbbells that you want. I'm just gonna alternate. So, think about your lower body position. You wanna have a strong lower body to support what you're doing below or above the waist. So I've got my knees soft, my abs pulled in, my chest is lifted, tailbone is pointed down to the floor. I'm just gonna alternate my biceps. The exercise that we'll add on to this is a mountain climber. So we'll do the bicep curls, take a quick rest, then we'll do them again and add a mountain climber. 20 more seconds. 10 seconds left. So you can see, we won't need very heavy weights. It's going to be more about reps today. All right, I'm going to take a little rest. Put the weights down, shake my arms out. And you may start with a certain weight and end up going lower because you'll be doing so many reps. Nothing wrong with that. All right, we're going to do that again. Next minute, bicep curls, and then I'm going to add the mountain climbers. So curl, curl. Keep your abs braced. Lots to think about. Protecting that back. So a nice combination, upper body and core. I always like to throw the core work in whenever I can. The core is the center of our body, just like it says. Kind of like the trunk on a tree, needs to be strong, so those branches are stable. About 10 more seconds. ready for those mountain climbers. Come on down. 60 seconds. Now you can take these down, take the jump out, and just work here. Being a little bit more mindful of pulling that knee up and really engaging the abs. Left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. So, back to bicep curls, mountain climbers, then we're gonna add a kneeling overhead press. And I'm gonna make this a shoulder press rather than a tricep press because we're going to be doing tricep kickbacks. So back to the biceps, alternating curls. Remember, if you start to get heavy, go ahead and grab a lighter weight. It's more important to get the form right and actually work the muscle that you're targeting rather than trying to push weight that's too heavy. Your form starts to fall apart and injuries happen. We don't want that. About halfway. I'm going to show you another alternative or just another way to do that mountain climber. I have some people who would rather not be all the way down to the floor. They get kind of dizzy. So I'm going to show you what you can do. About 5 seconds left. And rest. So if you happen to have a bench or a platform of some kind, you can utilize that. Even a chair if it's sturdy. And then you can do your mountain climbers from this position. So I'll be down here. And that way, you're not all the way to the floor. I mean, this is, I don't know, 6 or 7 inches. It does make a difference though. All right, here we go. Got 1 minute. And again, if you don't want to do this, you can go ahead and pull. You can pull to the outside, those external obliques. You can come straight to the center. Probably feel your core more if you control it like this. If you're doing this, you're getting a little bit more cardio. So it just depends on what you want today. You get to pick. I'm gonna stay here. About 20 seconds left. If you need to take a break at all, during that minute, take a break. No rules, except do your best. Try hard. All right. So after the mountain climber, we'll add that kneeling overhead press. Move this out of the way. I'm going to, I think I'm going to use a medicine ball. So this one is 8 pounds. So kneeling just gives you a different center of gravity, works your muscles a little bit differently than standing. And I'm going to start, and I'm just going to press forward and down in 3, 2, and 1. So it's an overhead press, but I'm not coming up here. I want to avoid that. So if I push it just a little bit in front of my head, then I can guarantee that I'm not going to overextend my back, strain my neck. So my glutes are engaged. My ab muscles are pulled in. Working my shoulders. After this, we'll go back to those alternating biceps. "15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and down. All right, back to exercise 1. Alternating bicep curls. Those weights getting heavy yet? I might be one more round with these and I might go down. I don't know yet. That's why it's nice to have a few things at the ready. About halfway. You want to make sure that you target, in this move, the thighs and the shoulders. When you do single arms, it sort of forces you to do that anyway. When you do both, you can stop halfway, and I see that a lot. So this really kind of makes you do that full extension. 3, 2, and 1. Mountain climber is next. I'll just go, I think, right from here. Here we go. I'll tell you when it's halfway. That way, if you want to switch and do the slower version at 30 seconds, you can do that. We are about halfway. So now if you want to do slow ones, then you get the benefit of both the cardio and the core. Check, make sure your back is flat. Your hips haven't risen up. They like to do that. Weight over your shoulders. About 5 seconds left. That's not kneeling overhead press. Find my towel. And we'll add on after this. All right, shoulders back and down, glutes engaged. Turn this way a little bit and press up. So you don't want to lock the elbows at the top. Really easy to do. So if you want to finish that move, but keep them soft. Protect those joints. Effective, safe exercise. That's what we're going for. A little rest. They're burning. Might have to bring this weight down a little bit. 20 seconds left. We're going to add on with a star crunch. So that'll be on the floor, on our backs. 5 seconds. Oh, and rest. I'm going to move some stuff out of the way here. So star crunch on the floor. I have plenty of room for this one. So I'm gonna move my stuff around. I think I'm good. Okay, so you lay out like a star and you come up and crunch. You can hold onto your knees. You can just hover here, whichever you'd like. In 3, 2, and go. And up. You can also just come up like this. I'm going to do the bent knee version. I like it better for my back. And I like to grab and Pause at the top. My hands on my shins. Keeping your back nice and flat. Head neutral. Are you feeling your abs yet? About 15 seconds left. Up. About 5 seconds. I'm going to do one more. And up. All right. Back to the bicep curls. All right, starting 3, 2, and go. Alternate those biceps. I think I picked a pretty good weight because I'm still on that original weight that I chose in the beginning. So that's good for me. Make sure you breathe. Take some nice deep breaths. Fill those lungs with oxygen. Soft knees. Abs in, tailbone down. Smile on your face. 15 seconds. Now we've got those mountain climbers. Three, 2, and 1. On the floor or with the bench. We'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. I'll let you know when it's half time. About 10 seconds till halfway. 5. All right, we are halfway. So if you want to change, but you don't have to, you can do the full 60 seconds with the running. Like I said before, I think you feel your core more when you do it this way. Just depends on what you want. About 10 seconds left. Kneeling overhead press is coming up. All right. I'm going to switch to something a little bit lighter. I'm just going to use a dumbbell. Put both hands on it and raise it up. It's important that you don't let that back arch. Keep your head, chin tucked in. Nice straight line up from the spine to the top of your head. Aren't you excited to add something new on? Oh, yes. "15 seconds. How are those shoulders?" Five more seconds. And we go back to that star crunch. Woo. All right. Make some room. So what you can do also on this is just come up to here. So work sort of a modified dead bug. Just focus on pressing that low back down into the floor. Don't smash it into the floor. But just really think about a neutral spine. If this starts to bother your neck, go ahead and rest your head in your hand. We're about halfway. Or you can go back to star crunch. Close it open. I'm exhaling when I come up, blowing the air out as I crunch up. Tricep kickbacks is what we're going to add on next. Good. All right, kickbacks. So we'll come up, find 2 dumbbells. What you're going to want to do is plant those feet just under your hips. You're going to hinge forward, back stays flat, so not like this, stays nice and flat. Then I'm going to anchor my elbows right at my sides, right under the rib cage, and I'm going to straighten my arms and bend. So join me. When I come down, I stop right at my hips. There's no need to come all the way up to here. The range of motion is just here to here. So 90 degrees to straight. You might be happy to know we only have one more round. Woo-woo! Or not. Meaning you may not be happy to know. 10 seconds left. I'm feeling these. 5 seconds. Oh boy. And rest. Woo! Let's take a quick second here to stretch those triceps. Oh my. The last move that we'll add on at the end is a reverse crunch. So we'll be on the floor. I'll show you. I'll just show you. On the floor, feet up, and you're gonna raise your hips off the floor. You're gonna try not to swing, so we don't wanna use momentum. We wanna use those lower abdominals. And if you can't bring the hips very far off the floor, it doesn't matter. That might be it for you. As long as you're engaging the lower abs to make that movement, that's all that matters. So it's not a contest to see who can get their hips off the floor the highest. All right. I'm gonna do a quick check on our time here. All right. And we're going to start back at the top, those alternating bicep curls. Find those dumbbells, roll your shoulders back, stand up nice and tall, and alternate. Coming up on halfway. Never thought a minute would be so long. It's not when you're doing fun stuff, but this is fun stuff. Depends on your definition of fun, right? Mine is twisted at times. About 15 seconds. Mountain climbers are next. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. About how you're going to do these, whether you want to do the fast moving ones or the more mindful, slower movement ones. Not that the fast ones aren't mindful, but here you just control a little bit more. And I'm gonna come out to my outside so I can really get those external obliques working for me today. 20 seconds left. Stay strong. Check your form. Make adjustments. 10 seconds. And rest. Woo. Okay. We can move this out of the way. I don't need that anymore. We've got that kneeling overhead extension or overhead press. I'm going to take that weight that I did the last time. That seemed to work out pretty well. You can use 2 dumbbells. You can certainly do this. Maybe I'll do that this time. In 3, 2, and 1. And still you want to press forward a little bit. I don't want to end up here. That's just going to pull my back. So I definitely want to keep my glutes engaged, activated, and press a little bit forward. Halfway there. Activate those quads, activate the glutes. Try not to let the shoulders come up here, drop them back down. Shoulder blades tucked in. So much to remember. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Star crunch. Down. Get in position for however you want to perform that star crunch, or any version of it that you'd like. My biggest thing is room, space in here. I think you have plenty until you start to do a couple things and realize you need more. All right, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Exhale as you come up. If I had more room, I'd start here, but I kind of don't. All we've got left after this is tricep kickbacks and our newest reverse crunch. What's nice about timed sets is that you can go at your own pace. It might take you twice as long to get as many reps if we were counting them. So this is kind of nice. 1 more. All right, find the dumbbells for the tricep kickbacks. So set your stance. Feet right under the hips, soft knees, slight hinge forward, and straighten and bend. And try not to swing. I see this a lot. That's not really gonna target those muscles. That's really using momentum. So abs are tucked in, nice strong back, soft knees, chin down. Remember to kind of try to stop right around the hips and kick back up. About 15 seconds left. Five, 4, 3, 2. Let the blood return to the triceps. Reverse crunch. So for this one, like I said, just focus on engaging and activating that lower abdominal muscle. Find your belly button, go just a couple inches below, right in there. That's where you really want to pull in I've had people describe it like when you laugh, ha ha ha, when that part right under here gets firm, that's the spot. Or, I don't like this one as much, if someone's gonna hit you in the stomach, you brace your stomach for that blow, right? So a couple different ways to think about it. Whatever works for you. Maybe it's neither. All right, so just a small movement. And I'm trying to just push my feet straight up to the ceiling. I'm trying to not have too much rocking. We're gonna have a little, but really just think about pushing straight up and down. Targeting the lower abdominals. Exhale when I press. That's how I do my breathing. Exhaling when you're exerting. About 15 seconds. I can tell that I'm swinging a little bit more as I get tired. So I'm going to bring it down a little. Try not to go as high. Just so I can do it the right way. And stop. Hug your knees. Stretch out that back. Hold here. Take some deep breaths. Go ahead and put your feet flat on the floor. Arms out to a T. Drop both knees down to one side. So I'm dropping my knees to the right, and I'm keeping my left shoulder in contact with the floor. Stretching out my back. If you are really flexible and you want a little bit more, you can take that bottom leg, put it over the top, and add a little bit of pressure. Extend the rotation. Bring that top leg back to the center. Resituate your hips down to the other side. Now I'm dropping my knees to the left, and I'm keeping my right shoulder on the floor. Feeling a really nice, I don't want to say twist, but rotation through my lower and middle back. I'm going to exhale and come back up. I'm going to put one knee into my chest, straighten my leg, other leg, and just pull in. And then I'm going to go ahead and push my knee to the outside, take my ankle with my hands, and I'm just going to drop that hip open. If this is something your knee is not happy about, you can just take your leg across right above your knee and let your hip open here. And switch. Other leg comes up to the chest. Extend the other leg straight. Take some nice deep breaths. If you'd like, rotate that knee to the outside. Drop it down. Feeling that stretch through the hip. Or just taking that ankle across right above the knee and let that hip open. Bring it back up. Both feet on the floor. I'm going to do a couple bridges here. Go ahead and come on up. Lift the hips. Get up high on those shoulder blades. Squeeze the glutes. And exhale as you slowly drop down. One vertebrae at a time. Tailbone hits last. And down. Again, one more time. Tuck. Go ahead and peel. Up off the floor, all the way to the top, hold here. And go ahead and exhale, roll it back down. And relax, good. Let's go ahead and roll over. We're gonna come into all fours. Go ahead and arch the back high, pressing the upper back to the ceiling. And then drop that tailbone. Head comes up last. Shoulder blades glide back. Now tap the tailbone. Move around the back. And one more time. Tailbone. Shoulder blades slide back. Head comes up. And back to neutral. All right, come on up. However it's easiest for you to get up off the floor. Bring one arm across. Drop that shoulder down away from the ear. Let's go ahead and circle the wrist since we were down in that pike or mountain climber plank position. Shake them out. Other one across. Rotate the wrist. Let's go ahead and do a tricep stretch. One arm up and over. Use the other arm to apply gentle pressure. And then all the way down. Other arm up. Same thing. And exhale all the way down. All right, feet just outside of hips. We're gonna do flybys. So we're just gonna lean to one side, swing all the way through, keeping our back nice and flat. Coming up to the top, let's go the other way. Nice flat back. As you roll through that motion, feeling the hamstring, the low back, the upper back, the hamstring, using that core to stand up. Swing around and up. Go ahead and fold forward. Let your head hang down. Just release that lower back. Sort of shift those hips side to side. Soften the knees. Put your hands on your thighs. Roll yourself up. Nice and slow. Shoulder rolls. Go ahead and clasp your hands behind, open up the chest. Take some nice deep breaths, drop the shoulders. And release, shake it up. Shake out those legs. Excellent job today. So take this workout and make it your own. You can change the interval periods. So instead of 60 seconds for each exercise, you can make it 30 seconds. You can make it longer if you want to do a minute and a half, 2 minutes for each. You can run through it one time, add a minute each, and then maybe run through it another time with 30 seconds each. So just mix it up. Keep it fun. Keep it interesting. Keep it real. Forward. Hips back. And up. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.